The title of this book is The Mythical People of Ireland, subtitled Tuatha De Danann, Druids and Elves. Authored by Martin K. Ettington and narrated by Martin K. Ettington. First page synopsis of the book says the following. The ancient history of Ireland involves many mysterious beings who may have been aliens or had come from another dimension called the Otherworld. This book examines the history of mythical people in Ireland, such as the Tuatha De Danann, the gods of these peoples, and their descendants. The fairies include the Leprechauns, there being several different types, and the Druids may also be descended from these ancient peoples. What is the history of fairies and Druids? Did they really exist? There are stories about all of these beings who may have been interrelated. Information on the Otherworld is also included. It's supposed to be a realm where these beings all originated and can return to. Some humans have visited and returned also. I've also collected some stories about possible modern encounters with these beings. They may still exist in our modern world. The copyright page says the following. This book is copyrighted for 2021, titled The Mythical People of Ireland, subtitle Tuatha De Danann, Druids and Elves, by Martin K. Ettington, all rights reserved USA 2021, printed in the United States of America. The author has written over 100 books on various categories, including the paranormal, longevity and immortality, ancient history, and many other topics. If you'd like to learn more, please go to the website at mkettingtonbooks.com, spelled mkettingtonbooks.com. Chapter 1.0, Introduction. My mother's family name is Kirkpatrick. Kirk means church and Patrick after the name of St. Patrick. Historically, my people lived in Scotland and Northern Ireland and did have Celtic blood in their history. When I visited Ireland in 2007 with my family, the woman meeting us after arrival took us to the Cool Park, which is one of the greenest places I've ever seen. Here's a picture of the park. And here we see a tree with intense green and lots of green around it. William Butler Yeats, who was one of the greatest writers of the 20th century, only lived a couple miles away and used to visit this park. He wrote a major work about the mythical people of Ireland over 100 years ago. From wandering around this park, I felt one of the little people might pop out of the woods at any minute. My mom and I also have spiritual abilities which may have come from this line of Celts, which includes Druids of ancient times. These things, plus the legends of the Irish mythical people, is what drew me to write this book. In this book, we examine the history of mythical people in Ireland, such as the Tuatha Da Danann, who might also be ancient aliens or aliens from another dimension, leprechauns and fairies who are descended from them, and the Druids, who may also be descended from these ancient peoples. Also, what evidence is there that any of these people really existed? Chapter 2.0, the Tuatha De Danann. The Tuatha De Danann are the ancient beings of Ireland who are the forefathers of Druids, Elves, and Leprechauns. And here we see a picture which is really from the Middle Ages showing the Tuatha De Danann on horses. 2.1, the legend of the Tuatha De Danann. The Tuatha De Danann were descended from Nemed, leader of a previous wave of inhabitants of Ireland. They came from 4 cities to the north of Ireland, Falius, Gorius, Mirius, and Phineas, where they taught their skills in sciences including architecture, the arts, and magic, including necromancy. According to Lebor Gabala Erin, they came to Ireland in dark clouds and landed on the mountains of the Conmasid Rain in the Connachta, otherwise Sliba and Irenin, and they brought a darkness over the sun for 3 days and 3 nights. They immediately burnt the ships so that they should not think of retreating to them, and the smoke and the mist that came from their vessels filled the neighboring land and air. Therefore it was conceived that they had arrived in clouds of mist. A poem in the Lebor Gabala Erin says of their arrival, "It is God who suffered them, though he restrained them. They landed with horror, with lofty deed, in their cloud of mighty combat of spectres, upon a mountain of Camassian and Connacht."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?